गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। सिख मिशनरी सोसाइटी सेंट्रल सिख गुरुद्वारा बोर्ड सिंगापुर की तरफों तुहाडा सारिਆਂ ਦਾ बहुत धन्यवाद। Thank you very much everyone for joining us in this evening session. 10 weeks ago, we started this journey of sharing on Gurbani concepts and value. Today is our third lesson on Guru Nanak Pathshah three pillars, on his three main doctrines, which are Naam Japna, Kirat Karni, and Vand Chhakna. And in this week, we are celebrating Guru Pathshah's 552 birthday. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਦਿਹਾੜਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਖਿਆਲ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਵੀ ਲਵਾਉਣੀ ਹੈ। both things are very important. In our last lesson, we discussed about the concept of Kirat Karna. Before that, we discussed about Naam Japna. And we discussed that these three pillars, the three doctrines are very important in the life of a seeker, because all these three were given by Guru Nanak Pathshah. Naam Japna is very important for our internal progress, and Kirat is very important to live in this world with honor and no need to depend on anybody. And we discussed in our last lesson how the Jogi, the cult, which were very prominent during Guru Nanak Pathshah times, and they made Kirat like a sin. The people who believe in Kirat, who do Kirat, they cannot obtain salvation. This was their way of life, and Guru Nanak Pathshah discarded that. Guru Nanak Pathshah gave a beautiful concept that Kirat is also divine like Naam Japna, but the condition it should be honest. The moment when it become divine, by default it become honest. And today we will discuss about Vand Chhakna, caring and sharing, which is very important in our life to uplift ourselves spiritually and to help others. So the Sikh life is not only about myself or self-centered. A Sikh live for humanity also. That's why Vand Chhakna was given by Guru Nanak Pathshah. But when we look at Shri Guru Granth Sahib, the term Vand Chhakna is not included in Shri Guru Granth Sahib, or neither it was mentioned by Bhai Gurdas Ji. But the sense is there. There are many Shabad, many verses in Shri Guru Granth Sahib. Kal khaye kich hathon de, kirt virt kar dharam di, hathon de ke pala manawe. So this kind of verses were used by Guru Pathshah and Bhai Gurdas Ji, which emphasize on Vand Chhakna, caring and sharing. The term which was used by Guru Nanak Pathshah instead of Vand Chhakna, that was Daan. Daan ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. We need to understand why Daan was so important. When we look at Gurbani, so at certain places Guru Nanak Pathshah discarded the concept of Daan, but at certain places he mentioned that this Daan, this sharing is very important for a seeker. So we will discuss in which context Guru Nanak Pathshah rejected it and in which context he accepted it. And he said this is very important. When Guru Nanak Pathshah says Tirat Tap Dya Dat Daan Jeko Pave Tilka Maan, we need to understand the scenario, the milieu of Guru Nanak Pathshah time, what was happening there. Because the priestly class was very dominating, and they emphasize on the tradition of Daan. Ki Daan den de naal na people, they get happiness in their life. And they made long list. If you donate this, you will get this. Means like a trading with the God. At the same time, if a person who or she commits sins for the whole life, but at the same time, the person gave charity, donation, he or she can free from the sins. So this kind of concept, this kind of trading was going on during Guru Nanak Pathshah time. So Guru Nanak Pathshah mentioned in Japji Sahib, Tirat Tap Dya Dat Daan Jeko Pave Tilka Maan. ये जरूरी ने, but जे बंदा इन्ना नु करे, when the people go to pilgrimage, okay, they show compassion on the creatures but not on the human beings. it's not worthy actually. It cannot purify ourselves internally. So that's why when Guru Nanak Patsha not accepted this kind of daan, because the reason is by committing sins, I cannot free myself just by giving donations. So that's why Guru Patsha gave us Naam Japna. Ki par ye mat papa ke sang o to pੈ naame kehra. When our mind, our intellect become filthy, then it can be washed through the Vaheguru's name. Pun daan changiaiyan bin sache kya taas. Whatever we give. So this is, we need to understand that times when the people, they believe that by donating, by charity, they can free themselves from vices, from the sins they have, which they have committed in their life. Pun daan changiaiyan bin sache kya taas. You may give donation and perform good deeds, but without meditating on the true Lord, what is the use of it all? Sometimes people say, I believe that just do good deeds on moral duties and moral value. These are important. Then they don't work on their spiritual journey. This is also not acceptable in Sikhi, because spiritual journey is the most important thing. Guru Patsha ਚੰਗਿਆਈਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਚੰਗਿਆਈਆਂ, sometimes people just they say, okay, just do good with others and this is my religion. But Guru Nanak Patsha rejected it. Guru Patsha emphasized, advocated that spiritual growth is very important. And further Guru Patsha explained in Bani, Naam Daan Isnaan ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ Guru Patsha ਕਿ ਨਾਮ ਦਾਨ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਚ believe ਕਰੋ. ਨਾਮ ਦਾਨ ਇਸ਼ਨਾਨ ਕੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਅੰਦਰ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ which purify us internally. Majan daan changiaiyan bhai darge naam visek. In the court of the Lord, the naam is far superior. So naam is the main thing. So these things are interlinked. So when Guru Nanak Patsha Majan daan changya, okay, but it's not worthy. It cannot wash our filth, our dirt. Bhai darge naam visek. Paramatma di dargah de vich, and this creation is also dargah of Vaheguru Ji. Dargah doesn't mean there is a separate planet or separate universe from this earth and we will go after our death. So all, because according to Sikhi, Vaheguru is dwelling within the creation. And to meet him, so we need to meditate on his name, Amrit Naam Parmesar Tera Jo Simre So Jive. So this is ki through our Naam, through meditating, a person can purify himself and can merge with Vaheguru Ji. So that's why Guru Patsha explained, Sach tap par janiye jaan sikh sachi le, daya jane ji ki kich punna daan kare. In the Japji Sahib, Guru Patsha rejected that Tirat tap daya dat daan. That compassion was for the creatures, not for the human beings. Sometimes people, they believe that just by showing compassion for the animals, for the birds is more important, and they can spiritually uplift them, they can elevate spiritually. But Guru Nanak Patsha explains that compassion for humanity is more important. Ki kalle animals nu pyar kari jao, but there is no compassion for humanity, for human beings, for neighbors, for family members. That doesn't make any sense. Guru Patsha says, Sach ta par janiye jaan sikh sachi le. One knows the truth only when he receives true teaching. Daya jane jiye ki. So Sikhi ji jedi charity, it is based on compassion. And when we see, when Guru Nanak Patsha, he saw the hungry saints, he stopped at the moment. He could not move. He could not go forward. And whatever he had, he bought the grocery, the food, and he gave to those hungry saints to feed them. We need to understand that during that time, Guru Nanak Patsha felt empathy. These people are hungry. Inna nu bhojan chukona, that is more important. Daya jane ji ki. So charity should be based on compassion. This is very important. Ki je sade dil de vich daya hegi hai na. Gurbani de vich daya di Guru Patsha ne bahut gal kiti hai. Many times Guru Patsha emphasized this on this compassion. This is a very important value. Without compassion, we cannot walk, we cannot tread on the path of faith. Daya jane ji ki kich punna daan kare. So this is very important. कि be kind, be humble and be compassionate while charity. So ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, while giving something, don't feel we are the giver, because according to Gurbani, giver is the only Vaheguru. We may, that's why the concept of sharing, now we use the Vand Chhakna. ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਦਾਨ ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ. No doubt Gurbani ਚ ਦਾਨ Guru Patsha use ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, but at the same time Guru Patsha instructed us it should be based on compassion. If you want to wash the filth of your mind, you need to meditate on name, not by just that the people were giving donations to the end. You know, priestly class, Satsangat ji, during that time, they made a long list, and who were getting benefit? Only the priestly class who were misguiding the people. But when we come on Gurbani, so when we share our things, don't feel that I am the giver, because according to Gurbani, Dadda Data ek hai, sabko devanhar, dinde tot na avi agant pare panda. Vaheguru is the only giver. We cannot give, we just share. So we need to understand, the moment when we say I am the giver, it means I am going against Gurbani. I can share whatever I have. Dadda Data ek hai, sabko devan hai, and he's giving to everyone, not only to human beings, to the creatures, to the animals, the creatures which are in the sea, in the water, in the jungles. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ. We are, even our different scientists, they are exploring how many creatures are living in this, on this planet, and he's giving to everybody, and he is the only giver. Dihand soi ek tui ek tui. Guru Nanak Patsha says you are the only one and who is giving to everybody. Giver is the only one. Dadda Data ek hai, sabko devanhar, dende tot na avi agant pare pandar. Juga jugantar khai khai, and we are eating, we are enjoying his gifts from the many yuga, from the many ages. ਇਹ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਦਾਨੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝਣਾ, ਦਾਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝਣਾ. ਦਾਤਾ is only Vaheguru. Now, so who introduced this Vand Chhakna concept? We need to understand, because the term is used not in Gurbani, as I mentioned, it is used in the Janam Sakhis, in the various Janam Sakhi. So whenever Guru Nanak Patsha or other Sikhs, they give teachings to their Sikhs, they emphasize on the three things, and it is mentioned in the Janam Sakhi. The first is Dharam di Kirt Karni, second is Paramatma da Naam Japna, and third is Jo vi aaye us nal vand ke chakna, vand ke vartana. This kind of words were used by Guru Sahib in the Janam Sakhi. So Sakhikar, he mentioned all this word in their different Sakhis. So when we look at the Janam Sakhi tradition, so how this Vand Chhakna concept was introduced by Guru Nanak Patsha when he was doing his job at Sultanpur Lodi. We know about the Tera Sakhi, and before that, because that is just one part of that complete story of Guru Nanak Patsha. Guru Nanak Patsha, he does his duty at the same, and in the night he prepared food for the Sangat at his home, and he invited everyone without any class. No, there was no class distinction, no upper and lower. So ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, to eliminate all the barriers. Guru Nanak Patsha, he invited the Sangat and feed them. He prepared food for them. And it is mentioned in the Puratan Janam Sakhi, Guru Nanak ke prasad sab khushi hoye. Prasad, the word prasad, it means ki Guru Nanak de prasad, whatever he cooked food, for food he used the word prasad. Ki everybody enjoy Guru Nanak Patsha food. Arje Babe di rasoi hove, in the langar, in the kitchen of Guru Nanak Patsha. Tasab aaye behan, everybody come and sit together. Means the concept of Pangat and concept of the sharing meals was started by Guru Nanak Patsha at Sultanpur Lodi. Raat nu nitta prati kirtan hove, and they sing the praises of God as well. So Vand Chhakna di jehdi ye tradition hegi ya, a parampara hegi ya, institution was started by Guru Nanak Patsha at Sultanpur Lodi. And after that, when Guru Nanak Patsha was on his udasis, ek sakhi ondi ya, when he was in Madras side, he shared his concept of Vand Chhakna, sharing with yogis. The yogiyan ne na mazak udaya Guru Nanak Patsha da. They laughed at him, and they just gave him a sesame seed, ek til da dana deta unhone. गुरु नानक पातशाह ने एम्फेसाइज ना किया ना कि वट एवर यू हैव मस्ट शेयर विद अदर्स। फिर उन्होंने मजाक करने ली वी हैव जस्ट दिस सीसम सीड दिस तिल दा दाना कि हाउ कैन वी शेयर इट बिकॉज इन क्वालिटी इट इज वेरी लिटिल। ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੋਟ ਕੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰਸ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਐਂਡ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੇਅਰਡ ਵਿਦ ਦ ਅਦਰ। ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਵੀ ਨੀਡ ਟੂ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਿ what is more important, it's not the quantity of anything, it's the will. Do we really want to share with others or not? A Saki, this is very important, and Gurudwara Tilganji is situated at that place. Tilganji Sahib, Guru Nanak Pasha shared the til with the jogis to tell them ki if we have wish then definitely we can share anything. Main sadi intent sadi wish te khada hunda ya, and later on when he established Kartarpur Sahib, we know at Kartarpur Sahib Guru Nanak Pasha started Dharamsal, Sangat, Pangat, Langar, and he did farming. So itho sara jehda hega he institutionalized everything, whatever he farmed, he grew, he shared with Sangat. Sangat Pangat da sara jehda concept hega uthon shuru ho janda, and sharing एक इंस्टीट्यूशन ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ। ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕਰਨਾ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਹੈ? ਸੈਲਫਲੈਸ ਸ਼ੇਅਰਿੰਗ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਇਨ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ। ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ ਸਮਟਾਈਮ ਪੀਪਲ ਗਿਵ, they show that they are giving selflessly, but internally in their subconscious mind they want name and fame, they want self glorification. That's why Guru Patsha explained Satya man santokh upde dene ke vichar de de mange sahsa guna sob kare sansar. To get famous, to be show your glory in the world. ठीक है जी, Satya man santokh upje, a thought come to the mind कि I should donate something, I should share something, but at the same time my name should be there, people should know me that I am the donor, but according to Gurbani dadda data ek hai. Sadi intent is more important. Guru Nanak Patsha de ghar de vich it doesn't matter how much we give, no, how we are giving, with which intention we are giving, that is more important. Intention, our internal feelings ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨਾ, that is more important ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਮੰਗਣਾ at one time means don't do business with Vaheguru ji कि I give you this thing, you fulfill my this desire and this wish. In the beginning definitely whatever we need definitely we will go to Vaheguru ji, but at one stage when we spiritually elevate, at the time we don't do business actually with Vaheguru ji. In the beginning definitely we ask for everything, but Sobha Sansar de vich pauni ki my name should be recognized in the world, that is wrong according to Gurbani. And we know the reality, sometimes some people they do for their personal glory, so it is not acceptable in Gurbani. And furthermore Guru Patsha explained Kirat and Sharing both are very important. These two pictures are very important, Sat Sangat ji. One got viral on the social media, so people said this lady, she shared her umbrella और छतरी ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਛਾਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, and still this picture is available on internet ਕਿ just ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਸ ਲੜਕੀ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਛਤਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਛਾਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ, when she shared her umbrella, so ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਚ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਇਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਕਿ this picture will got viral. ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਘਟਨਾ ਆ, ਬਟ ਇਹਦਾ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝਾ ਕਰਨਾ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਥੱਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਆ an elephant is sharing umbrella and life is meant for practicing benevolence and serving others. It doesn't mean ki just live for ourselves. So that's why Guru Ramdas Patsha explained kaal khaye kuch hathon de. Kaal kirat is very important, at the same time kuch hathon dena, share with others is also very important. Nanak raha pachhane se they know the path. तो शेयरिंग की हैगी, शेयरिंग साडी चीज़ां दे नाल डिटैच करदी है सानू slowly. We know, and it is not so easy to give. Only those person can give who have big heart. छोटे दिल वाला कदी भी नहीं दे सकता. And it is not just only limited to food. According to Sikh Rahat Maryada, they mentioned Guru ka Sikh ਗਰੀਬ ਦੀ ਰਸਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਗੋਲਕ ਜਾਣੇ। This is very, ਗਰੀਬ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਗਰੀਬ। Wherever we see any needy or any poor, must share your whatever you have according to your capacity. ਗਰੀਬ ਦੀ ਰਸਨਾ ਨੂੰ, and we know the Khalsa Aid, wherever they are going, they are spreading Guru Nanak Patsha teachings. This is our Guru Patsha concept. This institution was given by our first master. Guru da Sikh, Garib di Rasana nu Guru di Golak Jane. This is very important. Sometimes what is happening, Sat Sangat, most of the Sangat member, most of the people, they are just giving to certain places, certain institutions. जिथे गरीब मिल के मन च दया आए तरस आए, गुरु नानक पातशाह ने उस चीज ਨੂੰ ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस ਦਿੱਤੀ है. It started with food, but it is not limited to food only. ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੰਡ ਛਕਣਾ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਖਾਣਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ, ਬਟ ਖਾਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸਮਝਨੇ ਕਿ ਓਨਲੀ ਫੂਡ। ਵੰਡ ਛਕਣ ਦਾ ਕਨਸੈਪਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਸਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ। We can share anything, we can share our time, we can share our skill with somebody else. ਜੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਗੁਣ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਿਵਾਜਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ, we can share with that virtues, that attributes, that quality with others, that skill with others. ਅੱਜ ਟਾਈਮਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਬੜੀ ਸ਼ਾਰਟੇਜ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। People have time for Facebook, for Instagram, for social media, but they don't have time for their family members, for people. But in reality, who need more, social media or personal relationship? ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ, but sharing is not only limited to Gurdwara, it is unlimited. Wherever you see any needy people, poor people, must share according to your capacity. ਤੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਇਟਸ ਅ ਸਾਈਨ ਆਫ ਬਿਗ ਹਾਰਟ। ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਾਲਾ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ। ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਵੈਰੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ। ਇਟ ਡਜ਼ਨਟ ਮੈਟਰ ਹਾਊ ਮਚ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ, ਡੂ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਦਿਸ ਬਿਗ ਹਾਰਟ ਗਿਵਨ ਬਾय ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਔਰ ਨਾਟ। ਐਸ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨ, ਅਨਹੋਂਦੇ ਆਪ ਵੰਡਾਏ ਕੋਈ ਐਸਾ ਭਗਤ ਸਦਾਏ। ਸਮਟਾਈਮ ਵੀ ਸੇ ਆਈ ਡੋਂਟ ਹੈਵ ਐਨੀਥਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਗਿਵ, ਹਾਊ ਕੈਨ ਆਈ ਗਿਵ, ਆਈ ਐਮ ਪੂਅਰ। ਬਟ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ ਟੂ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ, ਅਨਹੋਂਦੇ, when we don't have means worldly possessions, then we can share our times. We can sit with somebody. If Vaheguru bestow any skill and we are expert in anything, we can share that skill with others. Anhonde aap vandai. It doesn't mean ki sade ko we should have money or dollars. Do we have this intent, this will to share with others? That is more important. Anhonde aap vandai, koi aisa bhagat Sadae, they are very rare one in this world. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। Look at this picture. And the old man, he is crying when he's kissing the hand of the young kid. ਜਿਸਨੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਪਿਕਚਰ ਖਿੱਚੀ ਹੈ, and this was very, ਉਹਨੇ ਕੀ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ, just imagine. ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, but ਉਹਦੀਆਂ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਅਥਰੂ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ। That is more important. ਕਿ people need time, people need our personal touch. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਬਟ ਪੀਸ ਆਫ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ। We need to find the solution, because we are not giving time, we are not sharing our feelings, our happiness. ਅਸੀਂ self-centered ਬਹੁਤ ਬਣ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਾਂ, and we are giving more time to the social media, to the electronic devices. ਇਹ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਬੇਸਿਕ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ। when we look at the concept of sharing, there is no joy in possession without sharing. That's why when we talk about the three qualities of Maya, the first one is Rajgun, the attitude like a king, the nature like a Rajgun. Raja बोलते हैं ना, राजे दे गुण, तो means a king has unlimited desires. ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਯਾਦ ਕਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ? The people who share with this world. ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ, and in the end what will happen? Will we carry anything with us? When Guru Nanak Patsha gave a needle to Duni Chand, that Sakhi, what he told Duni Chand, you are showing that you have 7 lakhs rupees by hosting these flags on your house, but in the end, you cannot carry even this needle with you. And after that, Duni Chand realized that whatever Guru Patsha said, this is truth. And he started sharing his possessions with others. And today, we know Duni Chand. So these are just small things which makes difference. So Vand Chhakna de vich ਜਿਹੜੇ 5-6 main concept ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, don't think we are giver is the only one. And as it was started by priestly class ki daan dena bada important हैगा है, and they give, and they selected only themselves. People, all the 4 classes will give charity, but to the only one class, that is the Brahman. Brahman ਵੀ Brahman ਨੂੰ ਦਾਨ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ. Okay, but in Gurbani there is equality. Whoever needy must share with those people, not to any specific class, and give while living, because according to their traditions they believe that even after that people can donate anything on the name of their ancestor, and Guru Nanak Patsha rejected that. And it is daily practice. It doesn't mean ki once a year or once a month I am sharing with others. It is daily practice. As we meditate on Vaheguru's Naam every day, we do Kirt every day, in the same way share in any form with others also, but it should be in our daily routine. Is to hon agge ki hega, how these 3 pillars grow in Sikhi. Sometimes we feel ki these 3 pillars, but it doesn't include Sant Sipahi, Miri Piri. Inna di growth hundi holi holi saat sangat. This slide is very important to understand. And for Naam Japna, Guru Pacha gave us the concept of Sangat also, and the Sangat became Khalsa at the later stage. And Kirt Karni, we shared in our last lecture कि गुरु पातशाह ने कली ईमानदारी नाल किरत करन दी जाच नहीं सी सिखाई. गुरु पातशाह ने यह भी कहा सी कि जेड़े धर्म दी किरत नहीं करते, the people who are plundering, the people, the ruling class, the bureaucrat, Guru Patsha opposed them. This is wrong. This is against humanity. Why you are treating people like butchers? Why are you killing their rights? And later on, Miri Piri concept in the institution, see, this was given by Guru Hargobind Patsha to fight against injustice, to stand for the righteousness, for your rights. And later on, Dharam Yudh concept became an integral part. He always stand for your rights and for meek and poor. And Vand Chhakna, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਪੰਗਤ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਸਰਬਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ, ਇਹ ਸਾਰੇ these are intertwined. ਸੰਗਤ ਵੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਦਾ ਪਾਰਟ ਸੀ, and ਪੰਗਤ was also part of ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ. We cannot separate these 3 pillars that I just believe, as I shared in the previous lectures, ki I just meditate. Okay, I like the meditation part, but I don't believe in Vand Chhakna. I just believe in, most of the beings, they believe in Kirt Karni. I am very happy, but at the same time, these 3 pillars, the 3 doctrines are very important for our growth in Sikhi. We cannot minus anything, and it grow later on. ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਿ the seed of every institutions was available in Guru Nanak Patsha teachings. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਏਗੀ, ਸਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ questions ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ resolve ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ. And now the last slide is Naam Japna is very important for our internal spiritual growth, and Kirt Karna is very important for our external growth, and Vand Chhakna is very important for our universal growth. And I believe, Sat Sangat, we all want all these growths in our life. Spiritually we grow karna hai, externally we karna hai, the universal, and we need to help others. Kisi da dukh ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਮਨ ਦੁਖੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ, ਇਹ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਦੀ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ. When we see somebody is in pain and suffering, and we feel that, okay, we should do something, it means Guru Nanak Patsha is living within me. Guru Patsha ne mere andar wo dard paida kita hai. And in Sikhi way of life, these 3 pillars are very important. We cannot say I just like the goal of life, but I don't like Sikhi way of life. I cannot customize this way of life. I cannot adopt the theory, pick and choose. I like this and I don't like this. We cannot customize. This is not buffet satsangati. Whatever I like, I will eat. Whatever is given by Guru Patsha, we need to follow. We cannot ignore a single concept, a doctrines and institution, whatever Guru Patsha gave us. Naam Japna, spiritual growth. We need to meditate on the name, and we need to focus on ourselves. Introspection is very important. Sometimes we just japde ja rahe hain, but there is nothing happening within us. There is no transformation. That's why contemplation on Bani is very important. Kirt should be honest. and Vand Chhakna is also very important. ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀਆਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ, we need to make a balance between three. ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਲੋੜ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੈਲੈਂਸ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਦੀ, ਤੇ ਵੰਡ ਛਕਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਸਮੇਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਨਾ, must give to the world whatever our family members need, our parents, our children, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵੰਡ ਛਕੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ. Sometime on social media, little children, they share that we need our parents, their time. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਾਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਪੈਂਡ ਕਰਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੀਏ. ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਅਨਾਉਂਸਮੈਂਟ, ਟੁਡੇ ਇਜ਼ ਮਾਈ ਲਾਸਟ ਲੈਸਨ. ਸੋ ਆਫਟਰ ਦੈਟ our new Sikhi teacher, he will continue, Mr. Satwinder Singh. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਜੁੜਨਾ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਕੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ, ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀਆਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ ਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਸਪਿਰਿਚੁਅਲ ਜਰਨੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਗਰੋ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ. And we all are on the journey. This is very important. We all are on the journey and we need to help each other. We need to make our commune. Self-centered ਨਾ ਹੋਈਏ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ. And we started with our first lesson, which was Gurbani and applied way of life. This is way of life, but applied way of life. Not just ki I memorize Japji Sahib, 5 Baniyan, 10 Baniyan, but in practice, I am not applying even a single teachings. That is not acceptable. Whatever we learn, whatever we contemplate must apply in our life. Then definitely we will grow internally, externally, and we will help the others also. ਹੁਣ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਕੁ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਜੀ, ਹੋਈਆਂ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ. If you have any question, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੈਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਜੀ. I'm going to off this screen sharing ਜੀ. If you have any question, you can ask in the chat box, or you can raise your hand. I can unmute you, ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ. And thank you very much to Central Sikh Gurudwara Board and Sikh Center, Panji Hardeep, Panji Kuldeep, Sandhu sir, for their effort, who gave me this opportunity. Okay, Panji Kuldeep, can you unmute yourself, please? Panji Kuldeep, Hardeep? Yeah.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਰਦੀਪ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕੁਲਦੀਪ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਸੀ?
Hardeep, sorry. ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖ ਜੀ.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, very good lecture, Pinder. Thank you very much. What hit me was when you said about Guru Nanak Ji sharing even a small sesame seed, है ना, तिल, है ना?
जी.
See, that is really hit me, that the smallest thing also Guruji shared. ਤੇ ਇਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਅਰਦਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤਿਲ ਫੁੱਲ ਭੇਟਾ ਵੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੁਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨਾ, ਕਿ ਮਤਲਬ ਥੋੜਾ ਦੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਮੈਥਡ ਰਾਹੀਂ, it's beneficial to others. So we must try to help in any way we can, even the smallest way, and this is what our Gurujis teach us. So I found that very touching. They definitely just share karna that you must do from the bottom of your heart. And don't expect reward. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਕਈ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਪੱਖੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਡੋਨੇਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਨਾਂ ਲਿਖੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. ਸੋ ਜੋ ਦੇਣਾ ਅੱਧੇ ਦਿਲ ਤੇ ਮਨ ਨਾਲ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ. So this is a good lesson. Thank you very much. And your summary at the end, Naam Japo is internal spiritual growth. Kirat Karo is external growth. Vand Chhakna is universal growth. Very good lecture. Thank you very much, Apinder.
Thank you, Panji. Thank you, Ji. Thank you for your sharing, Ji, and thank you for this opportunity which you gave me, Ji. So is charity not considered a pious deed? So we need to understand charity if our intention is not pure. Okay, if we are sharing just to be for my personal name and fame, that is not acceptable. Definitely it helps other. I am not saying it doesn't help, but the main thing is what we want. We want to please Guru Patsha or we want to please the world. That is more important. As Panchi mentioned that sometime in and we saw this scene in our village on the three fans, okay, three wings, the name of the whole family member was there. Okay? So we should means look at all these things. Vaheguru, how much Vaheguru has given us. Vaheguru ne kadi apna naam likha कि this is given by Allah, Ram, Vaheguru, Akal Purakh. ठीक है जी, वो वस्या आया उस जो उसने अपने किसी भी चीज ते नाम नहीं लिखाया. We should also think about it. जी, thank you very much for your blessing, for your wonderful messages. जी, glad to learn when they yeah. So one Viji saying that when we share with our children, they said just need to be good, need to do good deeds as a human being. But according to Guru Nanak Patsha Gurbani, our spiritual growth is more important. चंगियाइयां चंगी गल है, but कल moral duty नहीं हैगी सिख दी, spiritual duty भी हैगी है. Because the objective of this life is to merge with Vaheguru, to become सच्चियार. तो सच्चियार ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੇ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ. जी, भैन जी कुलदीप, can you unmute yourself please?
हाँ जी, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Yes. I think this is a beautiful lecture. Can you hear me, Pinder?
Yes, Pen. Yeah.
Okay, very, very beautiful lecture. I think in discussing this concept and values of the three tenets of Sikhi, you have expanded it very, very well and delivered it so beautifully. You know, it's a discussion at a higher paradigm, a higher level. We tend to just take it as its namesake. Vand Chhakna means share your earnings, share your food, share your whatever you can. But here you have highlighted the spiritual aspect of Vand Chhakna, you know, where it is not limited to sharing in kind. It is purely altruistic, right from the bottom of your heart. It's a spiritual sharing. It is spontaneous, no ulterior motive, no expectations in return. So this is a kind of concept and value that Guru Nanak Dev Ji was trying to impart to us, as I have gathered from your lecture. So this is a true spiritual Vand Chhakna. Very nice lecture. You know, I have learned a lot, and you have broadened my mind that these three tenets of Sikhi, which we used to take it so isolatedly in its own simple meanings, but they form a composite and very basic requirement in our spiritual journey. Thank you so much, Apinder Ji.
Thank you,
we have really benefited very much so from this series of English lectures. And we really are very thankful to Sikh Missionary Society as well. We will go on engaging you and share this platform together with our new lecturer, Mr. Satwinder Singh Ji. So yes, we will always be there together and getting more value and learnings from you. Lovely lectures, been very greatly beneficial, and we have enjoyed them very much. So thank you so much for imparting this spiritual aspect of our life's journey. Thank you, Apinder Ji.
Thank you.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Thank you, Panji. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੀ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ as I mentioned, we all are on this journey. So when we contemplate on ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ, ਇਹ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਟੁੱਟ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਨਾ, ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਪਾਰਟ ਹੈ, but when we read ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ, contemplate on it, and really it helps us. Okay, then we can judge ourselves where we stand and what Guru Pacha says. Then thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope that Sikh Missionary Society and our Central Sikh Gurudwara Board ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿਣਗੇ ਜੀ। both institutions very important. Gurmeet Bhan ji, can you unmute yourself please? Gurmeet Bhan ji.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਮਾਸਟਰ ਜੀ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ।
Very beautiful lecture on our 3 pillars of life that Guru Nanak has given us, and the way you have explained it and actually make us rethink about our way when we give anything, be it in the sense of money, in kind, okay, in service, in effort, in your time, when you give to somebody. I think all this is actually, Vand Chhakna, because it is all part of life. Giving in whatever way we can, as much as we can, and without any expectation. That is called giving from the heart, selfless service, which is so intrigued in our body. You know, Guru Nanak has taught us so much about giving without even, expecting anything. So what are we doing in our life? Are we doing it? We can read, it is good to, Vand Chhakna. We can talk about, discuss, but are we doing it? It's a big question mark. So I think that part, each of us should, kind of introspectively ask ourselves, are we doing in the service of mankind? So I think this lecture is a reminder. Okay, my Guru has done it. His teaching has taught us. What are we doing about it? So let us now carry on with our life with a big question mark in our head. Are we doing enough for ourselves, others around us, our family, and for anybody? At the slightest, I think, opportunity we have, we should do it. And I think we would have walked the Guru's way of life. So this is a beautiful lecture, a reminder to let's, Vand Chhakna in a very spiritual way. Like you said, the spiritual growth of ourselves. How much have we done for it? Very beautiful lecture, Master Ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pandi, for your wonderful insight for sharing. Harmeet Virji, can you unmute yourself, please? Harmeet Singh Ji.
हाँ जी, सत श्री अकाल जी।
सत श्री अकाल जी।
हाँ जी, मैं ये कह रहा थी कि नाम जपना, I mean, going for Kirtan and Katha in Gurudwara is also Naam Japna. And because of the Sat Sangat is a very essential aspect. Now, the thing is, Sundays are crowded. Weekdays, nobody comes. I think our Sangat should realize we should go there as often as we can. And that is, the Sangat aspect is one of the best parts of Naam Japna. And that's all I want to say.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you very much. Ji. The concept of Sat Sangat, institution of Sangat is very important. We cannot minus it. As our youngsters say, whatever we need, we can get from internet. Sikhi is not just getting information or knowledge. It's for transformation, and we need to understand that. So Guru Patsha ne the aap jape avare naam japave. That is our spiritual duty to inspire other as well. ठीक है जी, ये सारियां चीज़ों का ख्याल रखना साथ संगत जी. So last but not least, I am looking for Sardurveer ji. Just 1 minute. So Durveer ji, can you unmute yourself, please?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Vinder, thank you so much for a very deeply insightful and enlightening presentation. Today's topic has wrapped the entire series up in a very nice and lovely and very practical way. I've got a couple of takeaways that I'd like to touch on and share with the Sangat and yourself. Is basically one of the key points is that whenever we are blessed with, say, for example, wealth or knowledge, we somehow or other relate that to power. So with power, we like to hoard these things. We become hoarders. And I think Guruji's key message is that from hoarders, we need to become contributors. So for example, if you look at knowledge is power, by sharing knowledge, you're actually empowering everybody. So it's like a candle, that a lighted candle can light so many other candles, and yet that candle does not lose its own light. Similarly, for example, when we share happiness, happiness doesn't divide, it multiplies. And somebody gave me a very interesting concept that he said, for example, Pinder, you have an idea and I have an idea. You give me your idea and I give you my idea. Now we both have two ideas.
Yeah.
Rather than hoarding each other's idea. So I think what's very important is that we need to understand the key concept that whatever the blessings that we are given with, we are technically custodians of these blessings, whether it's knowledge, whether it's wealth, and we must utilize it as our duty, our divine duty that we must become the instrument of the universe and contribute it back to mankind and nature. That's my simple particular concept and sharing today. Apinder, thank you very, very much for the very, very enlightening topics and all that. Looking forward to our next sessions. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you, Veerji. You always use very beautiful analogies, examples as a light. Okay, leave the others. So our life would be like that. Always share your happiness, whatever Vaheguru gave us. ठीक है जी, कुछ भी हो सकता है. ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, that is more important. ਤੇ ਲਾਸਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾਈ. ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੇ ਸਿਧਾਂਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੀਵਨ 'ਚ ਜਿਉਣਾ ਆ, ਕਮਾਉਣਾ ਆ. ਕਮਾਈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਧਰ ਕੇ, ਇਹ ਕਮਾਈ ਆ ਸਾਡੀ, ਇਹ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ. Not only the worldly wealth is important, this wealth is also very important. That's why in our Ardas we call it a kamai. This is our earning, spiritual earning. ਤੇ ਸੈਂਟਰਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਦਾ ਬੋਰਡ ਦਾ, ਸਿੱਖ ਮਿਸ਼ਨਰੀ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜੀ. ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ 'ਚ ਰੱਖੇ. ਹੁਣ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਣੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ, they can unmute themselves ਜੀ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ
fateh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master Ji.
Thank you, Master Ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Master Ji.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਬੱਚਿਓ, ਬਾਏ ਬਾਏ, ਟਾਟਾ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ,
Thank you. Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
ਬਾਏ.